Let's go make this precious no-sew Halloween bucket. But first, always remember to share this so it will save to your profile and you can find it when you're looking for it again later. I started with a $1.97 Halloween bucket from Walmart. Y'all, this is the cutest thing ever. I'm cutting this plastic strap off so we can add our precious strap when we're done. And I have a piece of parchment paper here. I'm gonna put this down to put my bucket on top of to protect my work surface from the Mod Podge. I'm sticking the end of my scissors in these holes and twisting them so they'll be big enough for my ribbon to go in a minute. You don't have to do this. You can figure it out afterwards that your hole's not big enough. That's what I did on the first one. And I think this might make it a little bit easier. We'll see. I took some parchment paper, laid it on top of my pumpkin, and I traced around his eyes, his nose, and his mouth, and this bottom. Then I cut out pieces that match the eyes, the nose, the mouth, and the bottom. Eyes, nose, and mouth in black, bottom in coordinating fabric that we're gonna put on there. I have some fabric Mod Podge. It comes in a blue container, says fabric on it. Will the regular Mod Podge work? Truthfully, I just don't know. I'm using the fabric because it says it's for fabric. The regular Mod Podge might work just fine. I'm just not sure. And I used some leftover pieces from a layer cake that I had and cut them in 2.5-inch strips. So I have a pile of 2.5 by 10-inch strips. Now I'm gonna put a pretty hefty layer of Mod Podge on my pumpkin. I'm putting it on the front all the way around to the bottom, and then I'm gonna put it underneath the inside so that when I fold my fabric over, it'll have something to stick to. Now I'm gonna take my first 2.5 by 10-inch strip and lay it on there. Now I'm gonna put a little bit of Mod Podge on the edge of this strip so my next strip will lay on top of it. This is actually my third one. The first one that I did on an orange pumpkin, and it turned out too orange. It would be precious. I just wanted something a little daintier looking. So I went back and got a white pumpkin and decided to try it again. And it turned out gorgeous. Put my second strip on there. Now I'm gonna put a little bit of Mod Podge on the edge of this. And I'm just gonna keep going all the way around my bucket. I put my fabric on here. I put a pretty hefty coat underneath it and then a pretty hefty coat on top of it, because if there's any little piece that my little people can stick their fingers in, they'll be pulling it off or trying to. I hope it's on there good enough it won't come off. Now, after I've got this on here, I have, very scientifically, a $1.25, although I think it went up, Dollar Tree paper towel holder. I'm gonna put my pumpkin upside down on it so it can dry. And while I have it upside down, I'm gonna glue my piece to the bottom that I cut before I started. I traced it out on parchment paper, cut it out. Now we're gonna cover up the bottom where we had all of our pieces come over. And I'm gonna add some Mod Podge to this. Okay, we've put all, stop touching it, Tammy. Okay, we've put all of our fabric on, and now we're gonna let it dry. But I made one yesterday so it could dry overnight so we can do the next step. So y'all saw me when we got started take my scissors and make this hole bigger, and I did that because I had a hard time getting this in here. So what I did was I tore a piece of, this is linen, but cotton will tear the same way. I tore it 2 inches wide, I think 2 inches. Yes, 2 inches wide and 29 inches long. And then I fed it through, hang on, let me show you. I fed it through the bucket and tied a knot on the inside. So here's my knot. So when I pull it, it stands up. Then I took a shorter piece of ribbon, and it's a little bit narrower. It's 1.5 inches by 26 inches, but you can make it any way you want. And I tied it on the sides. Now I tore mine because I wanted it to have that raggy kind of look. I know, I'm fascinated with it currently, but it's so cute. You don't have to tear yours, you can cut it, and you don't have to use linen. You can use cotton, or you can use regular ribbon. You can use whatever you want. And you can leave the plastic handle if you want to. I just knew that mine was gonna be so cute that that plastic handle was gonna take away from it. And there you have it, our super cute Mod Podge Halloween bucket. It went from white to this precious floral. My little ladies are going to be so cute toting it around. I can't wait to see the ones you make. My name is Tammy. I'm your favorite sewing teacher, and I would love for you to come sew with me.